SOS Wrestling Network's Match of the Day review. Today I'm going to be I'm going to be talking about the match that took place over this past weekend. It was a title for title match. It was the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega taking on the Impact World Champion Rich Swann in a title versus title match to decide who's going to win whose belts or belts right here. So yeah, this is arguably one of Impact's biggest matches in their history, if not in the history of recent pro wrestling altogether. It's not really often to see two promotions champions putting their biggest prize on the line in a winner-take-all situation. So that's a rarity nowadays, and you got to credit both companies for that. So story coming into this match was all the way back from Hard to Kill. I think that pay-per-view was in January, the main event where Omega was able to pin Rich Swann with the one-wing angel. And one thing that both Omega and Callis made sure to remind which Rich Swann was every day since that Swann cannot get out of the one-wing angel and can't get out of his head. And Swann knows he had no chance of kicking out of the move once it is hit on him. However, many people have pointed out since every time Swann and Omega enter the ring, Swann always managed to have the upper hand and only lost it because of the Good Brothers. So now that Swann and Omega are alone in the ring with no Good Brothers in sight, no Storm, no Sabin, while he accepts that he might not be able to kick out of the one-wing angel, he has proven now he can escape it before he gets hit. Omega was the weapon to win it all, and Omega is and has the weapon to win it all, and all Swann needs to do merely is dodge it. So this match started off with Omega getting too cocky for his own good, of course. Swann repaid all of Omega's cheap shots from last month here. Swann had a good amount of offense for some minutes, but it all turned around when Omega tossed Swann over the head onto the floor into the ropes. Swann tried to rebound, but Omega tossed him upward, having him land head first on the apron, injuring his neck. It was it was sick. From there on, Omega started working over Swann's head and neck from here. So Rich Swann was able to make a quick comeback, which triggered a series of back and forth spots between both of these guys here. Omega started going for more V-triggers, one-wing angel attempts, and a couple of big bombs from near falls. On the other hand, we got Swann kept chasing, trying to fully recover here. Mostly openings to kick Omega down and chase near falls with a frog splash. So there was a really ugly botch spot with Omega going for a top rope electric chair, which seemed like he was going to go for the one-wing angel. And Swann was going to try to counter into a reverse Hurricane Rana or a sunset bomb of some sort. Maybe, like I said, or a poison Rana. But it kind of fell sideways and Omega just kind of threw himself down. It was kind of weird. So after recovering, Omega snapped and started landing dragon suplexes. But as Swann countered, he went to hit a lethal injection. Omega pulled the referee, Brian Hebner, in the way, who took the cutter instead. So Omega went to go use a chair here. But referee Aubrey Edwards, who was actually on the outside representing AEW, took the chair away from him. This distraction that allowed Rich Swann to recover. He caught Omega with the cover and a La Mastral cradle for a very near fall right here. So Swann dodged the V-trigger. He hit the Richinoku driver for a near fall. Swann went for a Phoenix splash, but Omega was able to dodge. He hit a V-trigger and a Croyt's Wrath, followed by a vicious J Driller. Oh my God, Swann kicked out of it. Omega landed a series of unprotected V-triggers until Swann just dropped for the last one. Omega hit a third one in front of Edwards and Mack. As Omega went for the kill, Swann woke up from one last hope spot, going for the Phoenix Splash, but Omega moved out of the way, hit a V-trigger, and a one-wing angel here for the win. So wrapping this up, Kenny Omega is now world champion in ultimately 3 promotions right now, that being AEW, Impact Wrestling, and AAA right here, but they cannot show the AAA belt because they would have to give AAA money. So we won't be seeing that belt unless they want to get them money. So, and Rich Swann's got an answer to a wrestler full of disappointed wrestlers going to be pretty upset with him. So yeah, guys, to rate this match, I thought it was a really, really solid match. That botch in the middle of it kind of hurt it for me, but this match was very physical. It's very, very hard hitting. It's very solid. It's a very, very good match. I've seen some stuff online, people saying that it was better than the Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels 3-way. There's no way in hell that this match is better than that. Still a damn good match in its own right. So if I had to give it a star rating, I hate star ratings, I would say it hovers around the 4-star mark. I would say it hovers around that area. So pretty decent match. Like I said, very good match, actually. So, yeah, this is the match of the day. SOS Wrestling Network coming back at y'all. Like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Peace. Adios. See y'all later. And Toodle Pippington.